Okay, so we're hopping right into this. Dig a tunnel 8 blocks wide. Then you want to fill it up with water all the way, no flowing. Place down your sugarcane, and above that you want to place any type of solid block for the most part. It can even be slabs or anything. Then you want to put the pistons on top of that with a line of blocks behind it, and then on top of those you're going to want to put redstone dust and observers facing toward where the sugarcane is going to grow. And this should make it so that when the sugarcane grows, it breaks the sugarcane. And of course, this is completely tieable. You can keep going up higher and higher as much as you want. But to do that, what you want to do is you want to replace that one block with stairs so that you can keep the water from flowing out everywhere. And this will make it so that that tiny little space can contain the water on which your sugarcane can grow. And then, of course, you just keep doing this. Place the blocks right back down in the back of it. Put these pistons right back down again. And for the most part, this is the basic idea for the sugarcane farm. There's not much else to it. At this point, you can just end the video because this is all you really need. But I will be showing you the rates of about an hour for, I think, six tiables, and also how to make the collection system. Well, the collection system is just the average everyday collection system, so it's not really that advanced. And if you know anything about basic redstone, you could probably be able to do that yourself. And of course, you want to put the water down. Of course, this isn't a lossless system. Sometimes the sugarcane gets stuck on the sides of the, like on the dirt. But that's just because of how Bedrock works. You can't exactly make it like something this small, along with having the observers just do the first row, because since it has to grow 2 blocks tall, the piston pushes the middle sugarcane all the way out, but then the one that's right above it just falls down instead. So we're going to be doing a 2 wide hole, just because sometimes, depending on how big this farm you're going to make it, you're going to want to have a good amount of collection, because it does get up there pretty quickly. Of course, with only 3, you probably only need 1 lane, but also helps with the collection system. And so, what you want to get is you want to get some hoppers, place those down. See, there we go. Yeah, you want hoppers, and then you want those hoppers to flow into the chests. And of course, you can have this underneath the water right at the 8th block, but I'm gonna have it right there. Just give myself a little bit more room. And then, of course, you can just make it on the other side. This is make it so that 2 both go into this one. That's why I've made it also 2 wide, because if you make it 1 wide, the sugarcane might fall onto the other side. Although this keeps, for the most part, most of them from falling to the other side. And of course, it's the same exact design, front and back. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it in this manner. And of course, I only did 8 because the collection system is going to be 8 wide. But of course, you can make this longer, but the collection system would just have to be longer too. So you'd have to change that yourself. Anyway, so again, you just keep building, and I'll be doing this probably for most of this night. Keep putting on more blocks. Of course, you put the piston down. Then you want to put the observers, which it's also pretty cheap for a sugarcane farm. But then again, sugarcane farms have always been cheap, and I don't understand who would need this much sugarcane, given the fact that for the most part all you can do is make sugar and paper with it. So unless you're making like a gigantic library, this isn't exactly the best. But I know there are some builders that really do need a lot of books. And then of course, if you want to make certain farms and all that. And then of course, if you're making horses are also really useful, because they help them. This sugar helps them grow up. Bloody hell, sugar helps horses grow up quickly, which is a good thing when you're trying to do a lot of horse breeding, especially in Bedrock, where there's the glitch where if you hit them with a speed arrow, then the horses, if you breed them while they have the speed potion effect, the baby horse actually keeps the speed, which hopefully they don't fix anytime soon, but it is really useful. And then of course, sometimes if this is how you made it, you want to decorate it and keep it so that it's enclosed, because sometimes sugarcane will actually fall out of the box, and that's really not good. So I'm just gonna do the classic stripped dark oak wood with a very nice stone brick, probably. And then I also put glass around it so you can see it work from the outside. See, look, there we go. The sugarcane falls right off the side, and then that right there would be a great loss. And then that happens quite often if you just have it open like this. That's why you're going to want to enclose this area. Of course, you can make this underground too. You can make it basically anywhere you want. But yeah, so here it is. I'm just decorating at the moment because I'm trying to figure out how I want this design. You don't need to clear off the top because they'll never go over the top, or it's very unlikely that they will go over the top. There might be some cases in which it might just get shot up, but that's rarely going to happen. Yeah, there we go. We got the stone bricks, and then you can just place it down. It's not going to affect any of the redstone. This is not going to affect basically anything. You can, of course, make cool designs by using stairs for this or change up the block palette, but I just personally like this one the most. It feels, to me, this is one of my favorite block palettes in Minecraft so far. So I'm going to put all that down, come up to the other side, fill this up. And then you can see it work. Every time that flickers, it pushes all the pistons, which it's much better that they push all the pistons, because I do believe that the first level of sugarcane growth is faster than the second level. And so it's going to take longer if you just make it one by one. So this is probably the better strategy for doing it. Anyways, here I am finishing up. I think I only have the other two sides left. And as you can see, there's just more sugarcane falling off the sides, which is quite a waste, especially with how useful the sugarcane is going to be. And of course, I turned off the sound for this, just because I doubt you guys want to hear the pistons constantly pushing. There we go. Yeah, okay, this is the last side. And you can see, when I go back over there, the sugarcane flowing down. Of course, this is at a very fast game tick speed, which is why they're growing so much. Of course, it's going to be much slower when you actually play the game. I think I put it at 100, just to make it like 100 times faster. But of course, the higher you build it, you could of course make it seem like it's going 100, and of course, the higher you build it, you're going to get a lot more. And there we go. You're going to want to put non-solid blocks with the chest, just so you can, open it up. But that's with any type of collection system, and anything with chests. There we go. And there it is. It is done. Well, I just got back, and I shall be showing you the rates of how fast this machine will go. It gets you about 4 stacks. This was about an hour worth of going, so of course, the bigger you make this, the more you're gonna get. But for me, I doubt I'll ever use this much, especially if I'm just AFKing. This is probably gonna get you probably the double chest full in 1 or 2 nights, which is more than enough for most people.